Hey, hey, hey. Is my shit all fucked up here? This is bullshit. Turn that down, damn it. Fitted this up just to my liking. Jesus. That's better than the vertical. Now we gotta deal with this dummy. Okay, we're getting better here. All right, good to go. Good to go, good to go. Welcome back, everybody. In the Jar Football Show, episode 180, I believe. I'm your host, Clark Dupree. We've got a lot to talk about today. Namely, Trey Hendrickson, the traitor, Judas, if you will, signs with the Ravens. Guy's a piece of shit. We're going to talk about that. Maxx Crosby. Look, I got a clip for y'all that I think you'll be pretty excited about if you haven't seen it on Twitter already. He just dropped it. And I think that's probably the best place to start here. Check this out.
Scheffler, but the Black Adam Scheffler, no cap. Sources says, I'm just saying what sources says right now, and I got really good sources. Maxx Crosby might be in a Bengal uniform. We on the clock right now. I put that on my mama. We gonna be goddamn good this year. And y'all all said Mr. Brown don't gonna spend no money. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna go do that. Joe Burrow need to check out his future going somewhere. Man, everybody do this. Shh. Like Junior Miles say, everybody shut the fuck up. So I ain't out.
Okay. So let's just watch this again.
No cap. Sources says, I'm just saying what sources says right now, and I got really good sources. Maxx Crosby might be in a Bengal uniform.
I don't believe that for a second.
We on the clock right now. I put that on my mama.
And he puts it on his mama.
Good this year. And y'all all said Mr. Brown don't gonna spend no money. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna go do that. Joe Burrow need to check out his future going somewhere. Man, everybody do this. Shh. Like Junior Miles say, everybody shut the fuck up. So I ain't out.
So, like, am I insane for wanting to believe him? Am I insane for wanting to believe Pac-Man? Pac-Man's saying Maxx Crosby to the Bengals. Is that going to fix what is a terrible defense? No. Dude, I love Pac-Man. I love Pac-Man so dearly, actually. He's, other than the wild card game, he's one of my all-time favorite Bengals. But, so, like, for those of y'all just popping in here, make sure you like and subscribe, by the way. We're the fastest growing football channel in the land. Just in case you just popped in here.
The Black
Jones
Adam
posted this on Twitter 45 minutes ago.
No cap. Sources says, I'm just saying what sources says right now, and I got really good sources. Maxx Crosby might be in a Bengal uniform.
Dude. There's
we
no
on the
shot.
clock right now. I put that on my mama. We gonna be goddamn good this year. And y'all all said Mr. Brown don't gonna spend no money. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna go do that. Joe Burrow need to check out his future going somewhere. Man, everybody do this. Shh.
Dude, that's bullshit. Okay, and even if, let's say Cincinnati signs Maxx Crosby. Let's say they do that, okay? The asking price from the Raiders, as recent as this morning, the asking price for Maxx Crosby for the Raiders is 2 first-rounders. If you're the Bengals, you can look at this one of a couple of ways, right? Number one, you could come to terms with reality. P.S. They won't do this one. You could come to terms with reality and say, we are shit drafters. We're idiots. We don't know anything. Like I said, they won't think this way. and say, hell, we know they're going to be busts anyway, so let's just pop out 2 first-rounders for Max. Let's say we do that. Okay, and then the other way you could think about it, which is the way they think about it, is, no, we're the smartest people in all of football, regardless of results, and we believe in a draft and develop system, and we have faith in the draft picks we are making. Imagine if the Cincinnati Bengals actually thought they were good drafters. They do. And they continue to hang their hat on an achievement from half a decade ago, an achievement where you didn't even bring home the Lombardi Trophy, and it might be the closest the Bengals ever get to sniffing a NFL championship. Okay, so that's the 2 ways they could look at it. I believe the shit out of Pac-Man. I believe everything that guy says. Pac-Man's funny as hell. He's a good dude. He talks a little shit. He's a competitor. Pac-Man's a twin flame for me. So when he comes on to the damn Twitter,
the Black Adam
and says this,
no cap. Sources says, I'm just saying what sources says right now, and I got really good sources. Maxx Crosby might be in a Bengal uniform.
He says might. He says might. He said might. Maxx Crosby might be in a Bengal uniform. And, dude, I guarantee that Pac-Man's got some of the best sources in football media. I can guarantee it. Why? Because he played with all of them. He's got good relationships with all of them. And somebody responded to that tweet and said Mike Brown would die before he gives us joy. I always say it. If it sounds cool and logical and smart, the Bengals won't do it. Now, would I be happy with the offseason if the Bengals did get Maxx Crosby? No. You come out hot. The first day, and I will admit, the first day of legal tampering a couple days ago, I think it was Monday, I can't remember. First day of legal tampering. I will play devil's advocate for a moment. Bengals fans were crashing out the first 2 hours. And here's the thing about why Bengals fans crash out online at the drop of a hat. Other fan bases don't get it. I understand why they don't get it, because there's not many fans in a predicament like Bengals fans are, and Reds fans for that matter, if we want to go to baseball. Bengals fans, we are so traumatized by the idiotic, self-defeating behavior of this ownership group that when something like legal tampering opens up and we see all the teams making moves, it's kind of like Squidward peering out of that damn window, watching SpongeBob and Patrick have fun. That's how Bengals fans feel every year this time of year, watching other teams make splashes, watching other teams make blockbuster trades. And so we're traumatized by that. We have seen how terrible off seasons time and time again can keep a team that could be a championship team mediocre. Particularly the last 2 or 3 off seasons, blown draft picks, etc. So I get why Bengals fans crash out. Now and this is kind of a reflection of how everything is right now. Politics are this way. If you want a good mirror to things that are going on, just look at football, look at Bengals fans, okay? You've got Bengals fans that are becoming divided. Now, I think the Bengals fans that are mad at the franchise, I'm in that category, are the majority in the Bengals fan base right now. But you still have a couple of apologists in the mix. You still have a couple of Bengals shills in the mix that are probably getting $7,000 for every tweet from the Blackburn family. You still have that segment of the Cincinnati fan base. And they'll come in and they'll defend the organization. And they'll say, gosh, you guys, it's only been 2 hours, you guys, and you're crashing out. You got to have a little faith. You got to have a little faith. And I'm telling you right now, fans like that chill for the Bengals are the part of the reason, a big part of the reason that nobody gets held accountable within the Bengals organization. I understand you cannot fire an owner, but you can damn picket outside of the stadium. You could stop going to games. There's even conspiracy theories coming out about the Bengals saying that they do this on purpose. They draft a franchise quarterback and pay him, $100 whatever million to keep the hope of winning alive so that people continue to come to games. So, and I haven't even gotten to Trey Hendrickson yet. I haven't even gotten to our clips of the day yet. And I feel like I could go on another 45 minutes with this shit. Bengals fans are tired. And seeing a video from Pac-Man Jones, I believe he's got good sources. He's talking about his sources, and he's saying Maxx Crosby to the Bengals. The Bengals are going to be great this year. Everybody needs to shut the fuck up. Dude, I'm telling you right now, even if they go and get Maxx Crosby, this defense is far from fixed. It is far from fixed. And a lot of these pieces that the Bengals could have had, players like Leo Chenal, players like Devin Bush. Look, you got two of the worst linebackers in the league right now. They're both rookies. And the Bengals narrative around Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter, the two inside linebackers for Cincinnati, the narrative in the building is that we believe in these guys and we're going to stick to our guns. We're really going to run it back with the two worst linebackers in the league. And so that position's not going to get fixed. You still need interior defensive line. There was a prime prospect that popped up today when the Minnesota Vikings, I think, got rid of, what's his name, Javon? I'm going through my Twitter likes right now trying to find some of these names. Javon, damn, I can't remember. 97. Damn it. And the Commanders are having a hell of an offseason. Everybody's saying that the Commanders are having the offseason that we wish the Bengals would have. Okay? I can't find this fucker's name. But time and time again, and everybody's getting really pissed. Dudes come on the market that would be a great fit for this Bengals defense. And then they get snatched up by another team. And a lot of people think that it's because other teams are giving more guaranteed money. And that goes back to the Bengals are cheap narrative. Damn it, I can't find shit up in here. I'm pissed off. Yet, man, I can't remember these guys' freaking names, man. You had all these guys, though, that were available that the Bengals didn't move on. Javon Hargrave, thank God. Javon Hargrave. So, former Vikings DT Javon Hargrave reached agreement today, 2-year deal, $23 million, including $13 million this year with the Packers. It's getting comical now. Duke Tobin and the Blackburn family are running the Bengals into the ground. We haven't talked about the foul play with the Ravens, the bad faith deal that the slimy Baltimore Ravens put together. We haven't talked about Trey Hendrickson yet. Oh, I was feeling some type of way about Trey Hendrickson this morning. That was the first news I woke up with. is that Trey is heading to the Ravens. Absolutely disgusting. If you're not a Bengals fan, I understand how you could look at that and say, well, Trey did what was best for him. $112 million. Ravens are going to be paying him $28 million until he's 36. And a lot of people are speculating why the Ravens backed out of their trade with the Raiders. You guys, if you're in here, you probably know ball. You've probably seen some of the narratives I'm talking about. People saying that the Ravens have done this before. Will Compton went online and said this, and I'm sure he's right. I'm sure there's truth to it. I'm not denying this narrative. But there was a guy that they entered a trade deal with back in maybe 2018. I can't remember the year. I can't remember the specifics. But they did the same thing, and it involved Michael Crabtree and another guy. So I guess the guy was a receiver, and they found they could get a better deal on Michael Crabtree in the open market, and so they backed out of the trade. I think it was 2018. So they've done this. Apparently, they've done this before. A lot of people are also saying that Hendrickson, Adam Schefter actually said this, that Hendrickson expected to play alongside or across from Maxx Crosby, and that they speculate on the fact that Trey Hendrickson was maybe unhappy that the Maxx Crosby trade didn't work out. If it's within bounds, man, and it's within the rules, I guess you could do it. And I guess we live in a society where being a slime ball is okay these days. I guess that's the world we live in. Apparently, they had Trey Hendrickson in the building negotiating with, while Maxx Crosby was also there. Like I said, that could be true and also not be a messed up thing. They might have all been on the same page about that. We're going to try to have Hendrickson and Crosby. But we will never know. We will never know what conversations were had behind closed doors. But the Bengals have missed out on a lot of guys in the last 48. The Bengals have done nothing for the last 48 hours, by the way. They have sat on their hands, and they have blatant issues with their defense. I think Jordan Battle's freaking terrible. I think Dax Hill sucks. Both of our linebackers suck. Our interior D-line's not good at all. You know, you got B.J. Hill, who is quickly declining. You got Chris Jenkins, who I don't think is going to work out. They used a first-round pick on him, I believe. The D lineman out of Michigan. He ain't no good. You know, I don't even know who else they have on the interior D line. I'm talking 3 techniques, 5 techniques. You lost Joseph Osai. So who's going to step up and play that edge? The edge was one of the weakest parts of the Bengals team in 2025, believe it or not. The weakest unit was the safety room. The second weakest unit was the cornerback room, I believe. And then the third weakest unit, damn, they're all weak, man. I don't even want to rank them because they're all so bad. There was not one unit that was a bright spot for the Bengals defense in 2025. Not one unit. All we are asking as Bengals fans of the Cincinnati Bengals front office is to just address one side of the ball. Can you imagine if this front office had to address both sides of the ball? These idiots. Only bright spot you had on the Bengals defense was DJ Turner. What up to Alex Mundy? Who else we got here in the chat? Holler at me. Holler at your boy. All we're asking for the Bengals front office is to address one side of the football. and I keep hearing Bengals have been in talks with, Bengals rumored to be. You make 2 signings at the beginning of legal tampering free agency, and you sit on your hands for 48 hours when you have a defense that is the worst in the league and has every single position group on that Bengals defense can afford to be addressed. Damn straight on the safeties, damn straight on the corners, damn straight on the linebackers, and damn straight on the defensive line. Who do you have on the edge right now if you're Cincinnati? Maybe you bring in Maxx Crosby, 2 first-round picks. That would piss me off, quite frankly, because he's not going to fix all your problems. They haven't addressed the linebacker room. And I'm thinking that we're just going to continue this cycle until Joe Burrow and co. ask out of Cincy. And then we start the rebuild again. I'm telling you guys, we might be dealing with a Bengals organization that is shamelessly and blatantly perfectly okay with just collecting checks from the league. It's infuriating to think about. But we live in that reality, I think. And speaking of edge rushers, Trey Hendrickson. Where do I start with you? Shout out to Elijah U6G4D. Trey Hendrickson. I've said it on this show for a long, long time. Months. That Trey Hendrickson quit on this team. He quit. He puts Bible verses at the end of everything and wants us all to think that he's this virtuous man. He willingly signed a contract extension. Then he tried to renege on his contract. During interviews, he would talk about how it's all in God's hands. Such a righteous man to cloak greed under the veneer of faith. That's from Cincy GH. I think that's a TikTok comment section. But I mean, dude, like, do I think the Bengals treated him the best they could? No. But do I think Trey is a gritty guy that's a good teammate, selfless? Do I think any of those things about Trey Hendrickson? After today, I don't. He didn't have to have no damn hip surgery. And, man, I should probably... A lot of times guys can play through shit like that. But Trey just threw his hands up and just kind of gave up. And maybe the dysfunction of the organization destroyed his will. I know it would be hard for anyone's... I can't imagine how Joe Burrow's feeling right now, watching these guys sit on their hands. But the overwhelming narrative is that the Ravens had buyer's remorse. They got cold feet, and they used the failed physical to back out, get their draft picks back, and secure a DN who is still pretty high profile. Do I think that Trey Hendrickson is going to keep playing at the level he played at in 2024? Time will tell. And part of me wants to see the Bengals organization be wrong again, because that would be vindicating. But as a fan, you don't wish success to Trey Hendrickson. As a Bengals fan, you can't right now. It's going to be the booing at Paycor when the Bengals play the Ravens next year, the booing of Trey Hendrickson will absolutely feed families. It'll be awesome. It'll be an awesome, I don't know, man. It really pissed me off. A lot of people think that the Ravens should have both draft picks forfeited and be placed on trade restriction until next season. They knew exactly what they were getting into with Crosby. And they got cold feet knowing they could still get Trey the entire time without forfeiting the draft capital, as they got absolutely dragged by every major media outlet and losing a lot of key players in free agency. They renegotiated their contract with Lamar, which I think freed up $32 million in cap space. But it's just what it is. And the Bengals are going to have to get on their horse because they worried about being right for too long. And now they are in desperation mode. Simple as that. I can't even remember all the names of the players they missed out on. Leo Chenal was one of them, and that's exactly where they struggled. Leo Chenal, linebacker, kind of 9-tech hybrid guy for the Chiefs, or he was with the Chiefs. He signed with the Commanders. The Commanders have had an incredible day in free agency. They've addressed pretty much every position group on defense. And again, the early bird gets the worm. The Bengals seem to not understand that, or maybe they just don't care. That could be the more likely and more scary reality, is that they just don't care. Leo Chenal is like a linebacker, 9-technique hybrid player. Did a great job playing that edge position in kind of a 3-4 type of defense. And that's where Cincinnati struggled. I mean, I saw a clip from the game with the Dolphins late in the year where Demetrius Knight is bringing up that nub side 9 technique, and they run a reverse, and Demetrius just gets absolutely sucked in, destroyed. The inside backers can't scrape over because Demetrius lost the edge. The Bengals showed that look a lot this past season, and they got gashed on it. And again, what's the definition of insanity, guys? We do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I like having conviction. I like having faith in your guys. But having delusional conviction and delusional faith in your guys, fueled by the ego's desire to be proven right, that's not a good thing. And that's exactly what you're looking at with the Cincinnati Bengals linebacker situation right now. We're rolling with our guys. We believe in them. 2 of the worst inside linebackers in all of football. I get they're rookies, Barrett Carter and Demetrius Knight. And they could very well end up being great players. But guess what? You can't just throw rookies to the wolves with zero support around them and expect them to get it done, especially when you have players like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins across from them on offense, who have proven they can make it to a Super Bowl. You are proving that you do not care about wasting guys like they have on offense. We're not even asking for a Pro Bowl defense. We're just asking for a defense that can support our offense. That is the narrative here with the Bengals. Support. They always seem to come up short in supporting their best players. I'm not saying Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter can't be good, but what I'm saying is you sign some veterans at the position to be in that room with those guys, to mentor them when things get tough, to give them the calmness by having a veteran next to him. And maybe the Bengals come out of the woodwork and sign a guy, that's great. But the clock is ticking. I'm worried that there's people in that building that are more concerned with being right than they are with winning. It's tough to see, but they've missed out on a lot of players. I've seen tweets with all the players they missed out on. Leo Chenal was probably the biggest one. And the Commanders got him for like $24 million, $12 million guaranteed. I mean, we're not talking crazy numbers, and we're talking a really good player. Man, I already got to go, guys. Damn. Sorry I was late today. Make sure you guys subscribe. It really helps us out. You can check out our channel if you're not sold yet, but I will hope after watching today that you're sold. So hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a lot. It helps us improve the quality of what we're doing here. And we're going to continue to be here. We're here every single weekday around 6:30 Eastern. This is actually the last show of the week. I'm heading to Texas tomorrow. Be there Friday, obviously. So no show tomorrow or Friday, but on a normal week, we are here every single weekday, Monday through Friday around 6:30 Eastern. You can watch replays on this channel. You can watch replays on Kick and Twitch. Follow me there as well if you get the hunch. And with that, I'm going to head to wrestling practice. It's a great day to be alive, guys. Even though we got to get in the jar about the Bengals for a minute, it's still a great day to be alive. And we are blessed. I'm going to do my mental health a favor here and stop thinking about the Cincinnati Bengals the rest of the day. And that's just that. You got to remember, NFL football, it's a big part of our life, but we can't let it affect us because we can't control it. Anyway, guys, y'all take care. Thanks for showing up, showing out. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. I think the button's right down there or something. We got 64 people in here, man. I gotta see the love, man. Bare minimum, holler at me anything you want us to talk about in the coming episodes. We're gonna have a call-in line for you soon, so stay connected with us, man. Hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss. Maybe you get the chance to call in and drop a take. We'll react to it. But anyways, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. We got 64 people in here. I don't want to leave, but I got to go wrestle. I got to go give my body a little bit of work. You know what I'm saying? So show you boys some love. We still got people piling in here, man. I don't want to leave at all, but yeah, I got to leave. So, In the Jar Football Show, if you haven't heard of us now, I was trying to say something fire there and messed it up. If you're seeing us for the first time here, you won't be seeing us for the last time. I'll assure you of that. So you might as well hit that subscribe button. And I don't have anything else. We got 65 people in here right now. It's higher than normal, but it'll keep going higher and higher. Love you guys. Make sure and subscribe. I'm gonna head out now.